and just hoping for a chance to be out of custody.
I don't need a response. Motion for bond reduction is denied. Bond will continue. Clerk calls case People versus Charles Cancross.
Matthew Mansour, Assistant Public Defender, with behalf of Mr. Cancross, who approaches. Charles, can you state your name for the record, please?
Charles Cancross.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
The court has before it a plea form. Is that what we're doing?
That's correct, Your Honor.
He's going to be pleading guilty to two charges. First, the added count 2 of use of cocaine, the 1-year offense, as well as count 3 disorderly person jostling, the 90-day offense. On a successful plea to that charge, count 1 would be dismissed. There is also indicating that there's no objection to a 7411 sentence if eligible, and that would of course be on count 2.
That's correct, Your Honor.
That's correct, Your Honor.
That happens well. Has he signed an advice of rights form?
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Look at that right now.
So that would be a no.
No.
Happens well.
Right. You solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Charles Cancross.
All right, sir, it is this court's understanding that you're going to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor charges. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
The first charge is an added count 2 of use of cocaine. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration and a $2,000 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
The other charge the added count 3 is disorderly person jostling. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days of jail and or $500 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You also understand, sir, that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Washington in the 14B District Court. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
To the charge of use of cocaine, how do you plead?
Guilty, sir.
To the charge of disorderly person jostling, how do you plead?
Guilty, sir.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, sir.
You signed an advice of rights form today, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Any question regarding any of those rights?
No, sir.
Please look at paragraph 5 on that form. You'll see a copy on the podium. Those are your rights which are part of a trial. You understand that by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that form.
Yes, sir.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, sir.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead to this charge?
No,
These
sir.
charges? Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, ma'am. Or no, sir.
You're pleading guilty because you're
I'm
pleading
sorry.
guilty voluntarily
Yes, sir.
and of your own free will.
Yes, sir.
All right. And also because you believe that you're guilty of these offenses. Second, 2024, at the location of eastbound I-94 off-ramp near Rossonville Road, Ypsilanti Township, Washington County, State of Michigan. Did you have cocaine in your possession?
Yes, sir.
All right. Had you used it?
Yes, sir.
Did you know what you were using was cocaine?
Yes, sir.
All right. And what happened that makes you think that you were disorderly on that date and at that location?
I was weaving in my vehicle.
You were weaving in your vehicle?
I mean, I knew I was under the influence of cocaine. Yes, sir. I mean, I don't understand what you're saying.
No, I hear you, but how does that?
If I can.
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Cancross, you also were in possession of a double-edged, non-folding knife at the time for this offense.
Yes, sir, I was.
And it was carried in your vehicle at that time.
Yes, it was.
All right, you want the higher charge too.
The court will accept that.
All right. Do you have any objection to me doing that? I would accept his plea to the higher charge for the lower charge of disorderly. Given that, counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
People are satisfied.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's pleas of guilty to counts 2 and 3. Count 1 is dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 14B probation. Sentencing in this matter will be
June 27th at 10 a.m. before Judge Washington.
June 27, 2024,
10 a.m.
10 a.m. before Judge Washington.
Thanks, Your Honor. And if I can get a brief moment to address bond for Mr. Cancross, you'd like me to address bond?
Briefly.
Yes, Your Honor. I represented Mr. Cancross at the PCC back a few weeks ago, and he was sitting next to me in the courtroom. He got severe anxiety. He pretty much had a panic attack, and he left the courtroom and regrets the decision he made. So he wants the court to know that he started thinking about his father, who's 90 years old, who requires full-time attention. So Mr. Cancross made a split second decision that he obviously regrets.
How did he come back into custody?
Your Honor, it was I believe a routine traffic stop. He was
So he didn't turn himself in. He got picked up after leaving the courthouse?
Yes, sir.
correct.
Okay, yeah, go ahead with your bond argument.
Thank you, Your Honor. So he's been in custody for 2 weeks now. I visited him this week. He understands now what the consequences to his actions were or are. So the nightmare that he was dreading in the first place, he inevitably brought upon himself by leaving this courtroom, instead of if he would have just faced the music. So I looked at his convictions. I looked at his iChat. I don't see any other open cases. To my knowledge, he's not on probation, not on parole. I believe this is the only thing that's holding him. So he apologizes to you in this court. He promises this won't happen again, and just hoping for a chance to be out of custody.
I don't need a response. Motion for bond reduction is denied. Bond will continue.
Thanks.
Thank you. Court calls the case People versus James Allen.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Allen. Would you please state your name, sir?
James Edward Allen.
Okay, what are we doing?
Your Honor, at this time, Mr. Allen is requesting a preliminary examination.
This discovery is complete.
That is my understanding.
People have their,
I requested the 911 call yesterday. I have not received it yet. I'm not sure if defense wants that prior to exam. If we set the exam out 2 weeks, I usually get them within 48 hours, so they should have over a week with it. I would leave that in their discussion.
Your Honor, would it be possible to set it out 2 to 3 weeks so that we could have that
set what
911?
out, the preliminary.
The preliminary exam, please.
I usually don't like setting it if it's not complete. If that's not here, it's not gonna be an adjournment. I'll give you the time, but you're not gonna get an adjournment if that's not available to you.
Thank you.
Preliminary examination in person, June 18th, 2024, 9 a.m. before Judge Fresh Hour.
Thank you.
Bond will continue. And Mr. Ganatra, please.
Morning, Your Honor. Nimish Ganatra, Senior Assistant Prosecuting People. This time the people move to waive any potential conflict between this honorable court and the Office of the Public Defender. Prosecutor's Office does not believe in conflict. President waive that clause. Between my office and the Public Defender's office before this honorable court. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Brown.
Good morning, Your Honor. We are excitedly ready today. Warren Brown, Deputy Chief Public Defender. We likewise do not believe that any conflicts exist in this honorable court hearing these matters. If a conflict were to arise, we would waive that conflict so that this honorable court could hear these matters. Thanks.
Court, for its part, also does not believe a conflict exists either under Michigan court rules or the cases decided thereunder. To the extent a conflict exists, given the waivers, the court will consent to hear the matters. Are they ready? Oh, there are Zoom. Thank you. Court does call the case. People versus, is it Sienna Grigsby?
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready.
Andrew Childers appearing on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And Matthew.
Hang on. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning to you. This is Matthew Mansour, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Senja Grisby. And Your Honor, I've made several attempts to contact the facility that my client is in. I was unable to make contact. So I'm just going to request additional time to set up a meeting.
What is 3 weeks out? Probable cause conference, June 20th. Without objection, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continue.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Court does call the case of people of the state of Michigan versus Kirk Prescott.
Nimish Ganatra on behalf of the people.
How
It
you
is.
doing today? My name Kirk Prescott.
Hello.
Hello,
What's your name, sir?
Kirk.
All right. Mr. Prescott, you are before the court on a felony complaint that alleges, I believe, 3 charges. The complaint alleges that on November 22nd, 2003, the location of Clark Road in Superior Township, Washington County, state of Michigan, that count 1 alleges that you did assault, resist, or obstruct a police officer, that being Mark Gibbs. Do you understand the nature of that charge, sir?
I understand that it was a felony assault attempt, but I really don't
Well,
understand.
hold on, sir. Do you
Yes,
understand that charge?
that is. You said that is a felony assault. Yes, that's what you said.
That is a felony or high court misdemeanor punishable by up to 2 years incarceration and a $2,000 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
Count 2 alleges the same offense occurring at the same location involving an officer or a deputy, Samuel Wallace. Do you understand that charge, sir?
Yes, I understand, but I'm
Okay.
I'm gonna
That is also a felony or high court misdemeanor punishable by up to 2 years incarceration and $2,000 fine plus court costs. Count 3 on the complaint alleges possession of marijuana at the time. And that is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration and a $2,000 fine plus court costs. Do you understand the nature of that charge and its maximum penalty, sir?
yes.
All right. First question I have for you, sir, is do you want to be represented by an attorney in this matter?
Yes.
Thank you. This is a public defender.
Ron Brown, Deputy Chief Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Mr. Prescott.
All right. And you waive any other formal reading of it in your client stands mute.
We waive our formal reading, Your Honor. My client will stand.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, court will enter a not guilty plea. I will set a probable cause conference in this matter for, give me 2 weeks out. 13th. Pardon? Oh, is he at the Bureau of Prisons?
Yeah.
All right. How much time are we gonna need?
4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks. So give me 6 weeks.
July 11th.
All right. You waived timelines.
We will, Your Honor. Thank you.
I'll set probable cause conference for July 11, 2024,
Thank you, Your Honor.
9 a.m. Defendant's bond. The defendant currently is incarcerated. Our defendant's bond will be set. I'll give him a nominal bond just so that he is accumulating time on this. So I'll set it at a $5,000, I'll say a 10% bond.
Thank you.
I'll order standard conditions, including no assault behavior, possession of weapons, no alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drug in this matter. All right. Thank you.
Well, how do I find out what's going on? I don't know nothing. Like, I haven't talked to nobody about the case. That's
Okay.
my first time just saying call and meet somewhere after 21 years. Like, and last time I was only charged with 1 count of assault. Now it's 2 counts.
Okay.
And
All right. Sir, what
Yeah.
I've done is you now have a public defender. They know where you are. Okay. And they will be contacting you. I've set your probable cause conference out about 6 weeks,
All right.
right?
But
So they'll be in contact with you, and once they get the discovery and police report, they'll be able to discuss it with you in further detail. Okay?
all right, but you the one who represented me right now, right?
Pardon?
You have represented me today in the courtroom?
I represented you? No.
You spoke on my behalf today.
No, I didn't speak on your behalf.
Who spoke
There
on my
was
behalf
a
today?
hold on.
Oh.
There was a public defender, Mr. Lauren Brown, the deputy chief public defender,
Thanks for the promotion.
spoke on your behalf today.
All right.
Okay, and
So-
that office will be in contact with you.
All right, so my next court date is a probable cause hearing, right?
Exactly. It's a probable cause
So-
hearing. I had to set it out because you're in the Bureau of Prisons. So I set it out 6 weeks to July 11th.
And what would this hearing determine? Is we going forward or what? Like,
Pardon?
it's going to determine if we go forward?
I'd have to answer yes to that. You'll be making certain determinations after you talk with your attorney about the case.
Because they know this case from 21 years ago, right?
That is what the complaint alleges. In my math, you're right. It's 21 years ago.
All right. All right. Well, I guess we'll figure it out.
Pardon?
I said, I guess we'll figure it out over time. I'm lost. I ain't understanding. I was just gonna hopefully get a court date because it don't determine nothing. Like the case that I got that's pending
Mr.
out there.
Prescott?
Yeah.
Mr. Prescott, we'll be in contact with you. We'll be able to talk
All right.
about.
Say no more. Go ahead. Say no more.
Okay. All right.
Court calls the case, People versus Shelby Barber.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. On behalf of the people sitting in for.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Edward Lucas on behalf.
Your name, sir?
Shelby Barber.
All right. I have 3 cases. What are we doing?
This is a straight waiver on all 3,
On all of them?
all of them.
All right. Sir,
Yes, Your Honor.
is it correct that you're waiving your right to have a preliminary examination?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right, you understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that you committed them.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And you understand that you will not have that hearing and that you will proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes, Your Honor.
Already indicating that they have also waived their right. Preliminary examination in all 3 matters having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court on count 1 in each case, with count 2 following in 2 of the matters. That being in the case ending in 12/20 and the case ending in 4/5/4.
Your Honor, we stand mute, waive reading.
Defendant having waived former reading, standing mute, the court will enter a not guilty plea. Pretrial in this matter will be set
June 10th at 1:30 before Judge Slate Monday.
June 10th, 2024, 1:30. Slay Monday, you said?
Yeah.
Judge Slay Monday. Bond in these matters will continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There you go. I don't know what I did. It's Court calls case of the People versus Randy Keys.
Edward Lucas on behalf of Randy Keith.
Can I ask a question? And come here.
Your Honor, I was appointed on this matter yesterday. I got discovery. I forwarded it over to him. I understand an outstanding video that has been requested. I'm asking for a 2-week adjournment.
Without objection, probable cause conference will be adjourned to June 13th, 24, 9 a.m. Are there any issues with bond? Let's hope not. Good. Silence. Bond continue. Court calls case, People versus Mary Barney.
Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Martin Rose on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrew Meyer on behalf of Mary Barney. Ms. Barney, could you state your name for the record?
Mary Barney.
Thank you. Your Honor, this is date and time set for probable cause conference. There's been some ongoing conversations between myself and the prosecutor's office. I think we're still at an impasse, but we would like some more time to continue those conversations. So I would ask for an adjournment potentially to the 20th. The court can accommodate that.
Without objection, probable cause conference, June 20th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continues.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I did just receive a message from an intern. I would have notified Mr. Meyer earlier had I been aware, but since the defendant came back into custody on May 12th, there have been 74 calls to the victim in violation of the no contact order. I have not had an opportunity to listen to the contents of the call because I was just made aware of this moments ago. I have not had an opportunity yet to request the jail calls be released to Mr. Meyer. I will do so immediately following this hearing, but that is something I was hoping the court could address.
You said 74.
74.
Your Honor, this is the first I'm hearing of this from the prosecution.
And this moment, given the nature of the charges, what I will do is I will, and the representations being made, I will revoke the defendant's phone privileges at this time pending a hearing on this matter.
Your Honor, if I could just make one request with respect to that. She is still working with CPS in the jail and having contact with her children via video. Will that still be allowed to continue given the court's order today?
She's working with CPS?
Yes.
All right, well, here's what I'm going to suggest that you do. At this point, I'm going to order her phone privileges will be revoked pending another hearing. I would suggest that you find out what that structure of contact with CPS is.
Okay.
And the like, and see if you can work something out with the prosecutor regarding that contact continuing.
Okay.
But for right now, they're revoked.
And the hearing date, Your Honor?
Is the 20th.
Okay, same date.
All right. Thank you.
All here.
Case People versus Vasquez Davis.
Hey, how y'all doing today? How you doing today, Judge?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, man.
All right, good. I'm glad.
Torshell Feaster, Assistant Public Defender. Please state your name for the record. My name is Vasquez Faison Davis. Vasquez.
Thank you, Judge. I had a chance to speak to my client and to the people in this matter. My understanding is at this time, there is no offer. This is, I think, our first PCC. We could adjourn it for a couple of weeks so I can explore possibilities for where I want to go with Mr. Davis. I greatly appreciate it.
Any objection from the people? Probable cause conference, June 13th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You can.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
You take care. So go ahead and jump right there. Thank you, Judge.
Court calls the case, People versus Kimberly Ashley.
Mr. Sinatra for the people.
Hello,
Your name?
Kimberly Ashley.
Your Honor, Matthew Mansworth, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Miss Ashley, who appears today via phone call through Zoom, I believe.
Yes.
And I've spoken to Miss Ashley a few times. She's requesting our office to send over the police report. I'm doing some more investigation on discovery, so if I could request some additional time, please.
Where is she located?
She's located in Perrineville, Michigan. That's all the way in the UP. I think it's by Marquette. It's about 6
So if
hours.
she starts driving now, she can be in person.
I'm working on trying to get her down here. If she would
June 13th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
June 13th.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case, People versus Jacob Dillian.
Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Dillon, who approaches Dylan. Every time I Mr. Dillon, please stay in with the records.
Jacob Jacoby Dillon.
Your Honor, we are just going to be asking for a additional 3-week adjournment here to continue negotiations. We are also waiting to hear back from the treatment court for an evaluation to see if he can get in. So we're just asking for some more time.
Treatment court here.
No, in the circuit, Your Honor.
Oh, circuit court. Probable cause conference, June 20th. No objection, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Case People versus Bobby Beach.
Mr. Sinatra for the people.
Morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perry on behalf of Mr. Beach, who is approaching. Mr. Beach,
Where?
state your name, please.
Yes, Bobby Beach.
Your Honor, we're requesting an adjournment. Mr. Beach, I'm providing Mr. Beach a copy with discovery today. He wants to review it all before next.
Before I adjourn it, Mr. Beach, you had any controlled substance today?
No,
Mr. Allen,
no.
you've had nothing. So if I give you a test, you'll come back clean?
Well, this card right here tells me at your community corrections that I can smoke marijuana and I paid money for it. State of Michigan. Say right here, regulatory cannabis. I pay money, taxes. I should be able to medicate. I just had lower back surgery 2 years ago, St. Joe Hospital. They said either use prescription drugs or use what the state of Michigan provides you, the taxpayers.
Okay. Would that be the only thing that would show up in your system?
That's it, Your Honor. I know.
I'm gonna pass the matter. I'm gonna let him go on his own. Take a test, come back, and then I'll decide what I'm gonna do. Despite your ability to use marijuana on that card, you can't be under the influence when you come into court. You understand that?
Yeah, I'm not now. I just woke up. I'm not now.
Oh, you just woke up?
Yeah,
That's why you
sure.
didn't know where to go in the courtroom?
Yeah, I just had a
Yeah,
daughter.
okay. No, I got you.
I've been babysitting her
Okay,
this
yeah.
morning. I just
Okay,
woke up.
I'm hearing you. I'm gonna trust you to go over on your own. Let's see what the test reveals.
I'm not smoking coming on court, Your Honor.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not.
Okay, all right.
I'm very
Okay.
coherent.
Okay,
I'm
all right.
good.
Then you probably ought to stop talking and go take your test.
Okay.
All right? Yeah, that way. You better, get an order over to him.
One time.
Mr. Feaster, tell Miss Perrin you better point the way because he's gonna get lost.
One time test.
Yeah, just
One time urine.
and whispered in my ear, I want what he's smoking. Court No, you didn't say that. I know. You did not say that. You didn't say that. That just came out of my mouth. I didn't mean that. Court calls the case, People versus Ronald Fleming.
On behalf of the people.
It was gonna be you, you know that.
We're ready in this matter, Your Honor. Lauren Brown, Deputy Chief Public Defender, appearing with and on behalf of Mr. Ronald Fleming.
Hold on, Miss Perry, did you lose him?
He went to a test, Your Honor.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Was he? Did you look out the glass to see if he's headed that way?
Mr. Feaster and I watched him go down that long hallway. We said he'll be.
Oh, you just watched him go down that way. You didn't see him come back this way. No, it's okay, Miss Perry. If he doesn't come back, it's your fault. Go ahead, Mr. Brown.
Fleming came straight to the podium. So, Your Honor, there's a date and time set for the probable cause conference. However, we've not received any of the discovery at this point. So we're.
Oh, you don't have the discovery. All right. Probable cause, you want 2 or 3 weeks?
2 weeks, ship out.
2 weeks. Probable cause conference will be June 13th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you very much. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls case, People versus Sean Carlson.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perry on behalf of Mr. Carlson. Please state your name.
Sean Carlson.
You know, we're requesting an adjournment. We have negotiations in process, but we're waiting on some documentation from Mr. Carlson's parenting classes to get to the people before we finalize anything.
All right.
No objection to the record.
Probable cause conference, June 20th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Thank you. Calls case, People versus, is it Latoshia Cobb?
Ready in that matter, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pay on behalf of Ms. Cobb, who is approaching. Please state your name for the record, ma'am.
Natasha Cobb.
Andrew Childers, appearing on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Your Honor. We just recently received discovery in this case. We are requesting a brief adjournment in order to review that with my client, as well as further plea negotiations.
Probable cause conference, June 13th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Court calls the case, People versus India Forest.
Just Kenneth Overwater, Assistant Public Defender. I just spoke to Ms. James. She's in a Zoom hearing on another matter. She would ask the court's patience if the court would pass this matter.
She's here.
She is here, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case, People versus Yusuf Cyrus.
Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Cyrus, who approaches. Can you please state your name for the record?
Yusuf Armand Cyrus.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, we are asking for an adjournment here in this matter. Reasons being, my client just advised that there is some additional information he'd like to review with me in this case. And if so, I'd like to be able to get that to the prosecutor.
That objection, June 20th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Court calls case, People versus Aaron Fromm.
The Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Mr. Aaron Fromm, who appears to my right. Aaron, can you state your name for the record, please?
Aaron Fromm. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. We received an offer from the people yesterday. I would just like a couple weeks to consider that offer, please.
Probable cause conference, June 13th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Court calls case, People versus Mario, is it Delgado?
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pay on behalf of Mr. Delgado, who is approaching. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Mario Delgado.
Thank you, Your Honor. As of yesterday, we did not have discovery in this matter. We are requesting a brief adjournment to both review that with my client as well as further plea negotiations.
Probable cause, June 20th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls case, People versus Kayla Garcia. Kayla Garcia.
Your Honor, Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender representing Ms. Garcia. Your Honor, we did send a request to Ms. Barroso. Ms. Garcia does have some additional cases pending in the district court. We're asking if we could look at a global resolution. So we're asking for an adjournment for some more time to discuss it.
Probable cause conference without objection, June 13th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Thank you. Court calls case, People versus Nishan Eggleston.
My name is Nishan Eggleston, Your Honor.
Kenneth Overwater, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Eggleston. At this time, I've had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Eggleston. He wishes to waive his right to a preliminary examination, have the matter bound over to circuit court.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
You understand the preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offense alleged was committed and that you committed it.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand you'll not have that hearing. You'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes, Your Honor.
People also waive their right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendants bound over to circuit court on count 1 with 2 and 3 following.
Mike, I would acknowledge receipt of the information, waive its formal reading. My client would stand mute.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute. Court will enter a not guilty plea to all 3 counts. Retrial will be set for
July 8th at 1:30 before Judge Slay Monday.
July 8, 2024, 1:30, Slay Monday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond continued. Court calls the case People versus Clement Gill.
Morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Gill. Mr. Gill, please state your name.
Clement Gill. Thank you.
We're asking to set this for exam.
Discovery is complete.
I believe so.
People have their witnesses available the 11th. Preliminary examination, June 11th, 2024, 9 a.m. That is in person before Judge Burke. Bond will continue.
Thank you, Your
I
Honor.
do have to add one thing. While the defendant has not made any direct contact with the victim, he has made a number of jail calls asking others to contact the victim. From the notes that I have from my interns at this time, he is not explicitly asking her not to participate, but he is making statements that include things like begging her not to divorce him, tell her if she takes me back, I will never touch her again, in anger. If you can't get a hold of my wife, just tell her I care for her and I love her. At this point, the calls are numerous. They are to multiple people. It is indirect contact in violation of the no contact order, and I am asking for his phone privileges to be revoked.
How long have they been married?
60 years.
60?
Correct.
80.
He is 82.
I can do that math.
Your Honor, I haven't reviewed the.
I don't need a response. Motion to have his phone privileges revoked is denied at this time. Sir, you're going to have to watch your contact with.
Yes, sir.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Case People versus Michael Fritz.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate for Mr. Fritz, who stands to my right. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Michael Fritz.
Thank you, Your Honor. I was able to speak to Mr. Fritz briefly this morning. We are requesting a brief adjournment to further plea negotiations.
Without objection, probable cause June 13th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Call the case of the People versus Nicole Goad.
Assistant Public Defender Hannah Apple appearing on behalf of Ms. Goad. Ms. Goad, could you please state your name for the record?
Goad.
Thank you. Your Honor, Ms. Goad is still in treatment at Saginaw Odyssey House. She has been for some time. We are asking for a 4-week adjournment to allow her to.
And I do see the violation report, but that's in essence because of her treatment.
Correct. I previously provided, I mean, she's logged in from there, but I did provide proof that she was there as well last PCC.
Probable cause conference then will be. How much more time does she have, or do we not know?
I do not know a date. I don't know if Ms. Goad, do you know how much longer that you'll be in Odyssey House, Ms. Goad?
Gonna be a while.
Okay,
Okay, that's then June 27th,
thank you.
2024, 9 a.m. Bond continues. Let's call the cases of the People versus Brian Gerard.
The Water Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Gerard.
Your name, sir?
Brian, Mr. Gerard, sir.
Judge, we'd ask to adjourn the probable cause conference 4 weeks. It's our intent to apply Mr. Gerard for the drug treatment court and circuit court once they reopen for applications.
So all of these.
Yes, please.
Any objection from the people?
Oh, yeah.
Probable cause conference, June 27th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond will continue in this matter. Court calls case People versus Draven Goodlow.
Assistant Public Defender Hannah Apple appearing on behalf of Mr. Goodlow. Mr. Goodlow, will you please state your name for the record?
Draven Goodlow.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we are asking for an adjournment. I just got updated contact information from Mr. Goodlow today, if the court would allow 2 to 3 weeks.
Probable cause conference, June 20th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continue. Court calls the case of the people versus Tony Glover. Court calls the case people versus Stephanie Snyder.
Edward
Drugas on behalf of Stephanie Snyder.
Your name, ma'am?
Stephanie Schneider.
Thank you.
Your Honor, there's still a resolution that I think is in the works. I'm asking for 2 weeks so we can finish that agreement.
Probable cause conference without objection, June 13th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case people versus Brandon Gillespie. They're not there. Court calls the case of the people versus Katana Hudson McCurtis.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. Rima Afufi on behalf of Ms. McCurtis, who is present via Zoom.
We're doing on this today.
Judge, we're respectfully asking for another probable cause conference. We are still not in receipt of discovery.
Andrew Childers appearing on behalf of people, no objection.
Probable cause conference, June 20th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Court calls the case people versus Brandon Gillespie.
Senior Assistant Public Defender, would you please?
Brandon.
And we did reach out to Mr. Ganatra and have been in plea negotiations. We're asking for an adjournment so that we can continue that discussion. We are also requesting that Mr. Bilski be allowed to be released to inpatient treatment.
Any objection to the release, adding that condition?
No, Your Honor.
All right. How much time did you need?
Mr. Ganatra, how much time would you say you need?
I think the issue is we were looking into a treatment court program or a probationary sentence for him.
Got it.
With a component of treatment. So I think as much time as you.
Okay. Your Honor, could we have 2 weeks, please?
Probable cause conference, June 13th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Court calls the case of the people versus Jacob Burse.
Image Ganatra for the people.
Apple appearing on behalf of Mr. Burse. You please state your name for the record.
Jacob Burse.
This is a waiver.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Burse, you're waiving your right to have a preliminary examination.
Yes, sir.
You understand the preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offense alleged was committed and that you committed it.
I do.
You understand you'll not have that hearing. You'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes, sir.
People also waive their right. Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court on a single count. Ms. Apple.
Your Honor, we will waive a formal reading, stand mute.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, court will enter a not guilty plea. Pretrial will be set for
June 13th at 1:30 before Judge Slate Thursday.
June 13th, 2024, 1:30, Slate Thursday. Bond in this matter will continue.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls the case, people versus Casey Adkins.
Image Ganatra for the people.
Fourth show feature, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Ms. Casey Atkins. Ms. Atkins, please state your name for the record.
Casey Atkins.
Thank you, Judge. I've spoken to Mr. Ganatra on this file and to Ms. Atkins. He has requested that we set this matter for preliminary examination. For preliminary examination, please.
All right. All discovery is complete.
I believe, so, Judge.
And would the people have their witnesses available on the 18th? Well, actually on the 11th. Preliminary examination, June 11th, 2024, 9 a.m. in person before Judge Burke.
Thank you very much, Judge. I do have one question, or Ms. Atkins has one question she wants me to ask you about. She's testing currently, Judge, at a rate of, I guess, $12 per drop. She wants to know, she says she's not employed. She says if she has financial problems, can she still test?
Can she still test?
Yes, Judge, and pay it back when she gets her job. Or
that usually is up to community corrections.
Okay.
That is usually not up to me.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'll instruct her to report and we'll go from there, Judge.
All right. Very good.
Thank
Thank you.